That was the hardest phone call I've ever had to make.
You know, it's difficult to find the right words to talk about these sort of incidents when they occur. Again, you never think they're going to happen in your own hometown.
It's like one of those things, you don't really have time to think. It's either do it now or be killed.
Tragedy strikes a central Indiana school. A shooter opening fire this morning at Noblesville West Middle School, critically wounding a teacher and a student. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Bars. We continue to follow the latest developments on the shooting. Our Brooke Martin live in Noblesville tonight. She begins our team coverage. Good afternoon, Brooke.
Good afternoon, Mike. We are live outside here at Noblesville West Middle School, where two people were shot, a 13-year-old female student and a teacher. Police have detained a suspect, a young man who they say is a student here at Noblesville West Middle School. I'm joined now by Elizabeth Choi, who has been following this all day. You join me now live with the very latest. What have you learned in this investigation?
Well, Brooke, as you can tell, behind us, middle school is now closed. Students have been dismissed for the day, but the investigation far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. Police tell us that the shooter came into school. He went into class as normal and then asked the teacher if he could leave for a moment. He left and allegedly came back with two handguns. The teacher allegedly tried to stop him but got shot in the process, as well as a middle school student. The teacher was taken to Methodist Hospital. That student was taken to Riley Hospital. At last check, they were both in critical condition. Police aren't releasing current conditions or IDs, but family members have ID'd the teacher as Jason Seaman. The suspect was taken into custody. During a news conference earlier today, the Hamilton County prosecutor said charges haven't been filed at this time. The suspect is suspected to be in court sometime early next week, and the student is still being treated as a juvenile. The district superintendent had been visiting the victims at the hospital. She'd also been working with investigators. During the news conference, state police flew her in their helicopter. The school does have a resource officer who was in the building at the time. However, the school does not have metal detectors. After the scene was cleared, crime scene investigators took over. The scene mainly confined to just that classroom where the shooting took place. Search warrants have been issued, and we're told that federal agents are now at the suspect's home.
The amount of resources that came together today, it was absolutely amazing, and it should be comforting to everybody. It's unfortunate these tragedies happen, but it was because of this quick response today that we think lives were saved as a result of it.
Now, that was Lieutenant Barnes from Noblesville Police Department. Noblesville is handling the investigation, of course, with some help. They're getting help from local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies. They're also getting support from Senator Joe Donnelly. He was in Evansville at the time of the shooting. He was in Evansville when he heard about it in meetings, and he rushed here to Noblesville. Hear what he has to say coming up at the bottom of the hour. But for now, in Noblesville, Elizabeth Choi, 24-hour News 8.
All right, Elizabeth, thanks so much. As Elizabeth mentioned, searches are going on. We want to show you video now of these searches. This is just blocks away from the school here at Noblesville West. This is the intersection of Roxbury and York. You can see dozens of officers blocking off that intersection. Also on the scene, ATF and FBI agents. Neighbors told us they showed up in unmarked cars around 11:30 this morning. They have been there all afternoon.